is just gonna just face plant the floor. He's like, screw you all, I'm just gonna chill out for 2 minutes.
Yeah, so you have defeated the enemies after what was a very loud, clinking, harsh battle. It's now gone to silence, and you can hear the sound of the waves breaking against the cove. And you know when you listen to a seashell, you've got that sort of atmosphere.
I think it'll be time to leave here.
Can I have a look around and just see if there was like any exit other than the entrance we came in?
Yeah. If you want to make an investigation check, anyone who's helping you can assist, or you can have advantage.
I'll assist.
Yeah. That's cocked.
That's not.
It's cocked.
DM call.
No, you can have it.
That's a natural 20.
I don't want to deprive
With
you
20,
of
20
natural.
the only one that we've
Yeah.
rolled so far. So that's 22 investigation.
Yeah. So as you're actually looking around, at the end of the cave near where you were first inspecting the skulls, you do actually see in the sand, you almost can't make them out, but you see what you think are heel marks, almost as if they've been dragged. And as you look at the wall, they seem to go through that stone wall.
Oh, like, guys, there's an... Oh, I'm not even
Yeah,
going
you
to
don't
move
have to move. You don't have to
myself.
move
It's
back.
still there. I'm like, right, I gotta go up to it. Guys, there's an entrance here, and I'll go up and like run my hand around it, try and see if I can find like a seam or...
Barakus is
Trigger
just
or
gonna
something.
put his thumbs up.
As you run your hand down, you can see there is a small little hole within. There's no...
As in like a
yeah,
thingy?
as you look through it, there's no light at the end of it. You see there's like an indent.
Okay, I want to use Mage Hand to try and see if it, like, put my hand in and see if there's anything to like turn.
So with Mage Hand, you
Can I
can't
do
feel
that?
what it feels.
Oh, okay.
So your Mage Hand can go in, but unless you know what's in there, it can't really do anything.
Says either stick your hand in and take it.
Yeah. Do a Goonie moment. Like, okay, I won't do it. Like, there's a hole. I'm gonna try and peer in.
As you peer in, you can see with your dark vision that there seems to be a bar in there.
Now I know there's something in there. Can I try and
A
grasp
bar.
it and then
Yeah.
turn?
So with the Mage Hand, you grasp it and you kind of like try and tug it, and as you tug it, you feel the wall go, and the wall itself starts to move.
I have found an exit.
And as you guys all look, you can see that small section of the wall is probably only around a 3 foot tall part of the wall, maybe 2 foot wide part of the wall just starts to move, and it swelters in the wet sand.
Peer in. Does it look like it goes up or continues down or in or?
It goes into another room.
Ooh.
Where did I go?
So as you go in, there is no natural light within this room. It is pitch black from what you can see with your elf vision at a first glance. You just peer straight to the back of the room.
So it looks empty.
Yes, from what you can see. You can
Okay.
see something in the centre, but nothing.
Does someone want to come and just prop the door open so it doesn't close on me?
I'll
Just come on, someone sit here.
I'll get up and grab all my shit first,
Because I don't think we want to have a short rest in this room.
and then I'll just like go by the wall / door
Yeah.
thing and
So-
just lean on it.
You yourself, you kind of get to the wall, and you kind of hold it, the door bit there, and you kind of swelch your foot into the sand, acting like a door stop, and you feel as though you're securing the door.
Okay. Secure.
I'll kind of step in very carefully and have a look.
So, are you fully stepping into the room?
Yeah.
Right. So clear them out.
I'm gonna put my sword in my thing.
So as you
Oh, no.
fully step into this room, you see the thing that was in the centre was a put-out little fire. You can see there are boxes along the side. Big shout out to 1985 Games, who these beautiful dungeon craft pieces have actually come from. They are absolutely awesome.
So I say they look different.
A bugger to cut out. My hand has cramped many of the time, but they are absolutely fantastic, and I cannot recommend them enough to anyone. Sorry, that box goes that way. Yeah. So as you enter, there are a series of cages tucked to the right-hand side of the room. As you look to the left, there are a series of boxes, some of them busted into and broken. You can see that the bottoms of the cages and the boxes are sodden with the seawater, and there's quite a lot of rust around the cages. You're only around here.
Can I see if there's anything in the cages?
You can walk over to the cages.
Yeah, and as I do, I want to cast light on my hand.
Yeah.
Just
So
there's
as
actually light in
you
here.
creep over to the first cage there, you see nothing in it except old ripped rags and a couple of bones.
Okay, I'll keep.
Yeah.
I'll inch my way. carefully.
As you go over to these two, you look in them, and again it's ripped rags and bones, but in one of them you do find a teddy bear.
Joey.
Very sodden, wet teddy bear. As you can see, the seawater has flooded the bottom parts of these cages.
The bars, does it look like I could get the bear out?
Yeah, they're wide enough bars. You could put your arm in there.
Yeah, I want to with mage hand.
Obviously.
I'm not putting anything physical in there, and I just want to pick the bear
Yeah,
out.
so you pick the bear up, and as you pick it up, it drips and it's sodden. It's got slime on it. Your mage hand squeezes it to wring it out a little bit, and just all the seawater comes out.
Oh, nice.
And as you bring it to yourself, you get a scent of piss as it comes to you.
I'll keep it floating for a second.
Yeah. Floating piss bear.
Yeah. Well, I'll put it down on the outside.
Yeah. And you still have light as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go up to the next one then.
Yeah. So you go up to the next one, and again you approach with light, and then as you look into it, you hear a.
Oh, for the love of God.
And as you look up to here, you see something shifting in the shadows. And as it comes into view, it is this massive form of what you can only see is a skeleton minotaur hybrid. And it's got this massive glaive that you see shimmering from the light off your light source. And as you look up, you can see this gleams as it starts to walk towards you.
Okay, I'm sorry, mate. I back up really quickly, like, run away, run away, run away. Jenga, Jenga.
As you go
What's
to run
going on?
away, two more of those skeletons
Oh my God.
appear.
I'm gonna
in the
kill you.
corner.
What?
We should have ran.
Two more
Sorry.
skeletons appear here and here. The doorway is
Because that's what
Here.
I am.
yeah.
Where are you?
But the doorway's just like back a little bit, so that's why you didn't clock these
Yeah,
two.
I didn't clock those two.
And as you start to move away, let's roll initiative.
No.
Only for you.
Uh-oh.
Do I hit anything while I'm at the door though?
You don't hear anything just yet. It's only the growling that's in the far left corner, and Alora's still in the process of backing away.
That was a 5.
Ooh, wow,
Well done.
Actually, went for a short one this time.
that was delightful.
No,
Yeah.
let's go before her. Oh.
Yep, so we're entering the round. Elora, it's not really a surprise attack because they made their presence known to you.
Luckily.
So you've got the big guy. He is considered a large monster, guys. So it is taking up 4 squares. Okay.
Don't normally use.
No, because it's
No.
not a dragon. So it's
Oh, no, we
taking.
normally use it.
So it's taking up 4 squares. Though, so
Do
that's
you wanna
why
get
he's
that
going to be
marker and-
in the centre. No, it's
No,
fine.
we
He's
know
going to
it's
move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Oh
move.
no.
And then you got those two there. So enemy number 1, you see it pick up its massive glaive weapon, and you see it spin it in its hand as it, and you see it hocking something up at you. Enemy number 2,
I think I was there.
yeah, is gonna go. 20. Enemy number 3 is gonna go. And as it comes here, that's when you, Barakus, that's when you clock it. It doesn't know that you've seen it. Elora, it's your turn. So you'll get a surprise attack on the next round, okay?
I'm gonna run.
Yep, that's fine.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Yep, so...
Like, Barakus, move!
Just take me out.
Shut the door!
Yeah. So as you go to run clear out of the building, she runs straight past you, Barakus, as she does, alerted your attention to the skeletal that's in front of you. You've got a free action if you choose to attack it.
No, I'm not going to.
No, that's
I'm just
fine.
gonna sort of follow her lead.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I can't survive.
So, you guys, you just hear Elora going, run, and you just see her like bolt it through this door back out towards you all. And are you all gonna just run? Are you gonna stay and fight?
I won't survive
Yeah,
at
I
this
don't think
moment
we
in time.
will.
I mean, I haven't taken any damage, but I'm really squishy.
I mean, you
so-
do have health potions as well.
The only problem is we've only got 2.
But as you're running, you know, you can choose to take a few health potions while you're running and then come back and get them, or you can choose to just run.
What do you want to do? Right, who wants to run?
We could always run and then come back when we're more prepared.
Oh, we're not so squishy.
Well, when someone's not a squishy. Even if Barakus is the squishy.
I ran, so I'm like, I saw that and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
And then there's me just behind, like.
So let's make a decision as they're going to start coming
We'll
out.
run.
Because it's safe to say you're all going to outrun them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're running.
Yeah?
Yeah, running.
Is there any way we could kind of jimmy the door shut?
You won't have enough time to try and jimmy it shut as this
It's
one's
heavy.
right.
Okay.
Not just because it's heavy, that one's right by the door as well. So any attempts you can do to barricade it, it would have opened it already in that
Okay.
time frame.
And then you
Okay,
have to fight
so-
it off either way.
And we can always run, have a short rest at the entrance and then come back. If we want to. But let's run.
Run.
So we're going to
Oh,
run.
they're gonna-
Keep on running. So you guys just absolutely beeline it out.
Freaking
And you
belted.
in the distance, you hear a distant moaning. When you're running through the entrance that you use to get here, you see the random skeletal head that Green had knocked 2 back here. You give a little kick on your way out. And then within 45 seconds, a minute and a half, you find yourself at the tunnel. You can hear the moaning from behind you. They're still pursuing.
Great.
We gotta get out.
Yeah.
I'm running up the thing.
But I think it's safe to say we know what took the kids.
Yeah, Viola's not even that holding back.
She's already
Sonic
gone.
through the
I'm
tunnel.
done.
So like before you guys even like overly realise like, right, what's the plan? You just see Viola's legs already in the tunnel kicking her way up. One by one, you do all get up there. A bit harsher than last time because you're really rushing to get through now. And just as the last person, I'm assuming it's Green, gets through, you hear a sound as you get to the out into the open sea world. You kind of get out and you're like, you kind of sweat glaze, and that winter wind is really hitting you now, and yeah.
Well, that was fun. Dude, that was a
You
big...
hear like clawing at the rocks almost, but after a couple of seconds you hear it then go away.
There's something really creepy down there.
It's up to you guys. You can short rest now and go back in, or you can
So
just
shall we
not go back in.
should we short rest? Because I
Yeah.
know some of us are
Dying.
dying. So I think we're sat on the top of the rocks, aren't we? So we'll kind of keep an eye on the entrance, make sure nothing comes up. But we'll,
Yeah.
agreed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll short rest here.
Yeah. So you sit on the rocks. Well, probably not on the rocks, and go to maybe the shack.
Yeah, just sit in the
And you
chair.
kind of sit there and you have a little munch on your rations. You all, I'm assuming you're all gonna expend some of your short rest dice.
Oh, well, yeah.
So if you would like to roll your short rest dice, apart from that you, Elora, because you didn't take no damage, girl.
Nope.
She hardcore.
So you can roll 3d10. Up to 3d10.
Right.
Yeah, and then you plus 3 to that one. Okay, so that's 12 points.
1 second.
So you're all just kind of like not even
Taking a
talking to
breather.
each other. You're kind of realizing like the situation that you were
Roll
in.
another one.
Sat down, breathing in
Yeah,
the
as
sea
well.
air,
You've got
Just
3 to use.
having a little nibble, having a little drink of water.
Plus 3.
Thanks
that
for
would
being
take- that
alive.
should take you up.
Thank God, I'm about to
So
fall.
3 is 24. So that takes
26.
you up to...
26.
No, because you get plus 3.
I'm gonna
on
have to
that.
do our last
4 more
one.
points. So you're up to 27.
I'm back up to max health anyway.
Nice.
So if you want to roll again, you can. But
So
you're
I
on
have a
top.
0 left for those, and I'm back to fucking max health. Thank fuck.
Right, so
and you
I.
use 2.
Yeah.
Prince Charming is back.
Frank Froggle Rock. Yeah, we all feeling nice and rejuvenated. You all had a well needed and deserved rest, having a little nibble on your food, drink
Oh,
of
hell yeah.
water, making almost awkward eye contact at each other for realising how close some of you came to being punched in the face quite hard.
Hi.
And is there anything you're doing now?
Do we... I mean, obviously, that was... And I'll describe, like, what it was.
Yeah.
To the... I think it was only me that saw it. No, I think everyone would have saw it when it came out.
Oh
We
no,
heard it.
they
You
heard
were
it. It was
the
only
one.
you that saw it. Everyone else just beelined
It
it
was-
after you.
It was huge. It had a big scimitar thingy. I think. A big swingy thingy. And it was kind of like Minotaur-y, but it was horrible. And there was 4 cages in there, and one of the cages had a teddy bear. So I think we know where the kids are gone.
And there's some more of those bony thingies.
Yeah, there was what,
Ske-
1, 2?
skeleton things. I only saw one.
Yeah, you only saw the one. Yeah.
I only
I
saw
think
one
there was
myself.
2. But I have a feeling maybe it's something that, like, because there was a lot of bones in there, maybe it's something that can, like, regenerate and grow new ones or something.
I don't
No,
want to
I-
face those 6 again.
There was no one in the cages.
It was just a teddy bear.
It was just empty. So I don't think there's any children in there at the minute, but do I remember seeing if there was any like bones in there?
Oh, you remember seeing bones in the cages?
Do I remember if they were looked fresh or were they like
No.
And you saw some light rags as well, didn't you?
It all
Yeah.
happened quite quickly.
I'm guessing we don't want to go back down there.
Not at this
We
precise
should-
moment.
We should
Just like looking at each other, just like.
we should tell the guard about this.
Mm.
At least to like so no one else goes down, like the children and everything.
Have we got anything on us that we can
We can
like
barricade.
draw on the rocks?
Or
and be
barricade
like danger,
that,
or barricade, or do both. Be like danger. and then
Danger,
barricade
do
it.
not stab. It's a
I mean,
trap.
I have ink, but
Yeah,
I can't
think-
write on stone, and
Yeah.
you leave a letter, it's just gonna get washed away.
I've got disguise kit, but what is?
That's like
Cosmetics, hair dye, props, blah 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 blah.
Hair diet.
yeah, I know.
Or you could just try and scratch it with like your dagger or.
I have-
sword.
See, I have wax, but I don't know if that's
No,
gonna-
that's like sealy wax.
Yeah, I
and
know, but I
letters.
don't know.
Maybe it would wash off quite easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and,
mean-
and then I've got hair dye, but
What hair
I mean, there must
colour
be
are
like
you gonna go
a-
for this time? Red, green.
When we were walking up the beach, did it seem like this little bit was just like a little land bit, like a little headland bit, or was it like there was harbour this side, or was the harbour the
Oh,
other
it's
side?
just a land bit.
Uh.
It's like a built-on attachment to the bridge where the beach is coming off it. Because
So
as
there's no
you
one
look
that
over
way.
to that way, there's the actual harbour, and to the right of you is the swing bridge, which it
What's on the
lets in.
other side? Is that just like harbour wall?
Which there?
Yeah, there.
Yeah. So this is like just harbour wall. It's another area in which the boats can come in and out. Whereas this is a bridged area where the boats can come in and out. So when there's no one manning that, the boats come through this way.
Is there any like buildings on that end bit? Like,
Here,
I'm trying to think of maybe like a harbour master.
there is a very small hut in which you are sat at. The other one, the other building
Oh,
is over here.
Oh, I thought we were in the
No,
middle.
you're kind of over here because this is where the pile of rocks.
Oh,
is because the rocks separate the two sands, and then there's a little hut, and there was also another little hut. 'Cause there's also just some little boat docks there.
But it didn't look like there was anything like
No.
official.
No.
Okay. We should tell the guard for sure, and maybe a harbour master or something like that. Maybe see if there's any guards on the thing.
Can do. Anyone else? Is anyone going to stay here? And maybe one or two of us go and tell the harbour master.
I don't know. Do you really want to be here on your own if this thing comes out?
Not really, but I don't want anything else going in.
Oh, that's true.
Or maybe 2 stay and 2 go.
What kind
Well,
of?
not unless we find a boulder or a rock to put over the hoe.
Yeah, there is in a pile of rocks, so there is plenty of rocks.
Yeah.
We could try and maybe
Border it in.
border it a little bit so that if people wouldn't stumble across it.
Mm.
So I mean, if people know it's here, then it doesn't matter if we cover it up or not, really, does it? But if we could try and disguise it enough that kids wouldn't necessarily go, ooh,
Oh, fun time down here, and then
yeah.
Right. Okay. And so when we're down there, can we see anything that's either 1 or 2 rocks that we can shove in the hole?
Well, there are some smaller sort of rocks, but there are also a couple of larger rocks that you see would cover the hole. But just take a group effort.
Yeah, we can try and do that.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. So you go onto the rock bit, and you find what you think will be a manageable enough rock. Only 3 of you will be able to lift it. So the 3 that are lifting the rock to try and cover, please roll strength.
I will guide this.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a hindrance more than a help.
What are we doing?
oh wow.
Strength.
Just plus your strength.
Oh, I'm up here.
Yeah.
For God's sake. 9, 10, 11.
11. What was you? 8.
24.
24.
So
So
just
Of course.
you, Green and Viola, you both just kind of lift it and you get this, and you're like, oh, I got this. And you, Barakus, you lift it, you're like, and then you realise, I'm not doing anything, and you just kind of walk away. And there's them 2 there just like, but you do manage to cover the hole. It's not quite pivoted right. It's a little bit loosey-goosey, but it is covering the hole.
Good job, guys. Group effort.
Teamwork.
And I want to take out my dagger and just try and like scratch just like an X or something on the rock, just so we know this was the rock.
Yeah. So you spend just a couple of minutes like,
Just not enough so it'll
Danger.
damage my dagger,
Yeah.
but just like
yeah,
just like
a little graving.
yeah,
That's fine.
just so we can indicate it.
Excellent.
Indicate.
So you've covered up the tunnel hole and you have marked said rock.
Yeah.
This is where we come back and it's moved.
Yeah.
I'll be so pissed.
Just rolled back into the sea.
Right, so you're going to start going back then, are we?
Yeah, because it took us a long time to get down here, so
Yeah, it took you around like 45, 50
I'm
minutes.
guessing it's like late afternoon now.
Yeah, it's coming to late afternoon now.
Yeah.
Acetate probably about nearly 2 o'clock maybe.
Yeah, let's go back over into the city, maybe towards the harbour, find a guard, find someone, find that Huish. Hughes.
Hiatus.
Hiatus.
Hyustus.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Hiatus.
I
Yeah.
just can't say it.
Hiatus.
Hiatus.
Such weird names.
Hiatus
Hiatus.
Staggart. Staggart?
Staggart.
It sounds like a disease.
Yeah. He's the creator.
The disease you don't want.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could go back the same way you came along the harbour. You have to. The bridge again is up. Ships are passing through, so it does take even longer to try and get there. But you do make your way back into the city. The city itself is a heavy guard presence, so it doesn't take long for you to find a random member of the city watch if you wish to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak to at least someone.
Yep. So straight away upon
You need to
entering,
talk to
you
someone.
flag down a member of the city watch. Yeah. Can I help?
Yes, we need to speak to a captain or someone.
Regarding
A monster that we just discovered that is near
monster?
near
He
the
perks up.
near the cove. Where our neighbours up in Troll Alley.
Troll Skull.
What's the thing?
Troll Skull Alley.
Troll Skull Alley. They
It's really hard to say.
they were given a mission. The Embrick, the
The Ganassi.
Yes, the Ganassi. He was asked to investigate the missing children, and he passed. We're adventurous, and we decided to help. We went to the Cove, and there's a cave and a cavern, and we went down, and there's skeletons and this really creepy minotaur, huge thing. We ran, and we've blocked the entrance, but it might be washed away. We don't want any more kids to go in there, and we need to find some help so we can.
He's just like overload.
Maybe Captain Hostess, Captain Stagett. Maybe we know of him. Unfortunately, we're new.
Titus.
Yeah. I don't know with the districts if there's anything.
And so much information.
I'm sorry, I'm talking very quickly, but it was really big.
He's looking at the three of you, and you're all looking quite. I mean, I know you've had a short rest, but he's still looking quite worn and dirty. Your clothes have been ripped. He's like, he's got a little leather pouch, and you see him take out a stone, and you hear him just mutter something into the stone, and then hold it to his ear. So, come with. We'll wait there, and he takes you to back out of the city to the south gate. Takes you to the south gate, where he takes you into a small little I don't know, it's like a holding room. So he takes you there, and he's like, the captain will be here soon. Just wait, and he leaves, and you hear the door lock.
He thinks we're mad.
You are sat in what is probably, you can
Calm me down.
ascertain as a holding room, storage room. There's just some boxes, some old clothes, couple of random stairs. Quite dusty, musty room. Nothing of special interest. There is a window that peers into the outside, and you can see that guard just with his little pike there, just waiting for someone to come.
Oh.
Was I talking a bit too quick? I'm sorry.
Nah, you weren't. All I got was and then there's just me just like this.
I'm sorry, I'll try and
We might as
I'll
well
calm
just
it back.
sit down, you know.
I'll calm it back.
How's Luna? Not Luna, Lorelei.
Lorelei is looking very wet and bedraggled and shivering in the bottom of my bag. It's okay, calm
And
down.
somehow
it's
no
fine.
one hit it this time.
Yeah.
Ha.
It's amazing.
Yes, no you didn't. Shoot a crossbow bolt at it.
She could have had a head movement.
Figure a little treat to try and calm it down.
She said, it's almost as if you could read her thoughts. She's like, yeah, I'm here.
Just put my hand in the bag.
So I didn't
Just
forget
like
you.
this.
It was just, you know.
Yeah, don't forget you, but there were skeletons, okay? What are you going to do with a skeleton?
Easy.
Fetch.
Get a free bone.
Haven't drawn a fetch yet.
Yep, so 15 or so minutes pass, and as you're looking out the window, you see the guard just all of a sudden straighten up, and you see the familiar face of Captain Hiatus come through, open the door. You lot again. What have you done now?
Had a party.
You look it.
Sorry for calling you maybe unfortunately, but you are the only captain that we know of in the city.
Yes.
We were helping our neighbours, Embrick, who had been asked to investigate the missing children.
They had, yes.
And
Pass it on to you.
we decided to help out.
Typical Guernsey.
So we went to investigate the Cove,
Mm-hmm.
and we discovered that there is a tunnel in the rocks that you can go into. It looks natural, it looks quite hidden, it's quite a tight space to get in, perfect for a child, but we investigated and there's something very creepy down there. There were skeletons that were fighting.
Well, like undead.
Yeah. And
That's exciting.
we managed to dispatch the few that were there, but there was another room beyond that held a big monstrosity skeleton minotaur thing, and there were cages in the room.
And you don't feel this is something that you as an adventuring party could have handled yourself?
Potentially, but we got very beaten up by those skeletons, and we
Understandable.
didn't want anyone else to go down the thing, so we managed to get out. We covered the hole. We wanted you to be aware
Okay.
of the.
Well, I will send some of my finest men, ish, down there to quash this problem. Unless, of course, you, as an adventuring party, wish to do a good deed to the city. You did so well, helping Thorun and Renair, and you handled the Kenku quite well, but if you feel this is not up to you, then I will send my guards immediately.
We could always support his guards. If
Yeah, I
he
mean,
does.
we're always willing to support the guards. We got a bit battered by that thing. We didn't want to risk there being no warning.
Well, and is it secure? Is the beast able to get out, or?
We're not sure. We only know of one entrance.
Okay.
Which
Right.
is sort of blocked.
Yeah, we managed to. For now, that entrance looks securely blocked.
And where exactly is it? And
Oh,
he
that's
asks
great.
for a full detail, and you give him a full detailed inscription, telling him about the old cross on the rock. Like, right, well, don't you travellers worry yourself. I am captain of the city, and I will ensure that this is done. I thank you for bringing this attention. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You are dismissed.
Yes, Captain.
And he just ushers you to leave, and he sends in more of his guard, and the door shuts behind him, and you can hear them muttering and talking now, and you are now left on the south gate.
They're free from that room.
Oh my god.
There's probably a lot of treasure in those boxes.
That wasn't.
Do we wa-
Some of the boxes smashed open anyway.
You weren't there.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I mean, I feel a bit bad, like just sending those guards down there thing. Did we want to help them, or are we just done with that now?
To be honest, with the extra numbers, we would be able to do it. Well, it depends how good they are. Fighting, at least.
Group decision.
I'm for it. Obviously, I am always for it because you know Barakus likes a challenge until he dies and never lives to see the next day. You know.
Yeah, I'm on it. If we're gonna go down there with other people, then yeah.
Do you honestly need to ask me? I'm always up for the fights.
He laughs at the.
But do we let him go down there with his lot, or do we go back and tell the scary? I want to call her because she had that top knot on her head. I want to call her one of the sumo wrestlers with the giant nappy. Like, cause she's
Are you on
massive,
about
Vaja.
Vaja?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I think she wants to be in Vaja's clan.
Yeah. She didn't like the
Yeah, she didn't like you.
It's like, let's go and get big guns.
Yeah.
The one with the precision daggering.
So, let's make a decision, guys.
I think we're gonna help the guard.
I feel like we're gonna help the guard.
So you hang around outside waiting for the guard to come out. Takes around 10-15 minutes. If one of you peeks into the window, you see he's got a little map out, and you can see he's almost strategically planning what's happening. After around 15-20 minutes, your feet start to hurt, standing stagnant, do a couple of paces up and down. Eventually, Hiatus does leave the little hut with his men, and he clocks you all, nods, and you see them all start to trot off towards the coast.
And he's going with them.
We'll follow.
Yep.
Oh,
Like-
I want to see him in action.
We we'll kind of catch up. We would like to offer our assistance in this.
I have plenty of men, too many cooks. You guys can just fall back here. We'll handle this, and if we don't return in an hour, then you can help us. And he will giggle to himself, pointing and looking at you, yeah, what are you gonna do, sort of thing. We're the guard.
Or we can just go down and sit on the rocks. He's told us to hang back. We're still hanging back, aren't
Yeah.
we?
Just chill on the rock.
And then if they
Oh,
don't
oh,
come out
fine,
and be
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they don't come out, and we can go down there and laugh at them for the fact that they think they're better than us.
Yeah, that's fine. You're gonna
She's gonna get us
follow.
killed.
I have a feeling we have sent some guards to their deaths.
I got a feeling like that as well. But yeah,
Oh well, they said they can handle it.
Or just have like a little picnic.
Yeah.
So the guards are proceeding to the harbour. Are you guys like falling back a little bit and?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see them all marching in unison. You can see a couple of the city folk as they walk past them, nodding to them, showing their appreciation. Little kids waving at them and stuff like that. Again, takes a good little while to get back down there. Good thing you guys wear your Fitbits because you've done a lot of steps today. So you get back down there within, let's say, another hour or so. As you start to approach the beach, you can see that the tide is starting to come in a little bit now as well. So as the men in their nice suits of armour traverse onto the rocks, maybe a little bit unsteady footed as they're wearing quite bulky armours and such, you could see them get over and you can see the water is now starting to break against the rocks and it's really starting to smash against it. And you see one of them points out the old X on the rock. You see a few of them just like trying to shoulder barge the rock off after a couple of rhino attempts to smash into the rock. The rock itself does just go and just splashes into the sea. You see a couple of them just like they're all like gathered around this hole and someone's like, you can see them pointing like, no you go in, no you go in, and you can see them like doing that to the hole, doing that to themselves. They're wearing this like nice breastplate armour, and you see they chuck a rope down and they tie it to one of the rocks that's there, and you see them starting to lay down and like shimmy their way down, and one by one 5 guards go in, and Hiatus clocks you all and he goes and he disappears down as well.
Now I want to see him in action.
Down the rabbit hole he goes.
Popcorn.
Guys,
Literally just sat
the
there
fisherman is still there, very dedicated. He's clearly been there all day. You can see him just sat there with his kids running around on the sand, drawing funny faces with a stick in the sand, poking like random jellyfish that get like washed up onto shore, chucking rocks and pebbles into the sea, competition to see who can throw the furthest. And after about half hour, you don't hear anything. The only thing that you notice is the tide is rapidly coming in, and you see that the rock bed where it is the sea level against that is slowly getting higher and higher, and it looks as though the tide is well and truly coming in.
Here we go. Well, I want to go up to the hole and stick my head like.
As you go, hello! You don't hear anything.
Shit, guys, I think they're dead.
And as you look down, you can see the water starting to bleed through this little narrow tunnel that's built by the off-shaped rocks.
Does the water look watery? Like a stupid thing. Like ocean water, does it look like that, or does it look a little bit red?
It's not clouded, it is very much ocean water.
It's very much the Red Sea.
It's pretty much water.
How far was the tunnel? Like how many meters to the chamber was the tunnel?
So from the bottom of the tunnel to the first cavern that you saw was around 30-40 feet.
I'm going to send a message.
Yep.
Captain, you okay? You can reply to this message.
I love how you had that a little last bit. You move
Leave a
like
message after the beep.
How far away is message?
120 feet.
I'm just working out the footage because that was only to the beginning of the cavern. It wasn't like. You're all is in hand.
Oh, that's alright. They're still alive. It's fine.
He's still alive, but he sounds a bit.
out of breath.
Yeah.
Well, still, I think we should still let him get on with it, and then.
Yeah, but it's been half an hour.
I'm going down.
It was at that yeah, but it's been half an hour. You feel this almost shudder
What from like underneath us?
from underneath, like shudder.
Oh, guys, what the fuck was that? Do we hear it? Anything?
You don't hear anything.
Do
You
it
just
again, do it
felt
again,
that
do it again, do it again.
sheer shudder.
It's really... Captain, you alive?
And
You
that's
can
what we're
reply.
gonna call it.
Ah.
We killed a guard.
You killed a fleet. You don't know.
They could just be all in their cages.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. Thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you Mama Fun and thank you Sup Cool. Really appreciate you guys clicking in and watching. Please do check out our YouTube channel for tonight's episode, a fully edited version where you'll see clips from our battle cam for the event we had earlier, and you'll also see our full player stats, and that comes every Friday. So we're very excited for you to see that. Is there anyone that wants to add anything today?
No.
This
Thank
was
you
good.
for watching
This
for
is
our
it,
first
yes.
live stream.
Thank you all very much for watching. This is an awesome first live stream. Obviously had a great effect on my dice. As I believe I rolled 4 natural 20, so that was awesome. And we will see you for the next adventures of the CB4 on Sunday the 8th of March, 3:30 PM GMT time. Until then, thank you everyone. Be kind to one another, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.